At least 4 million people attempted to enter the European Union illegally between 2012 and 2022, and these are conservative estimates. In 2022, 430,000 illegal immigrants were ordered to leave the European Union, but only 17% were actually repatriated. Today, we're going to uncover the 10 European countries hosting the largest number of illegal immigrants and refugees. This has been the most challenging video for us to produce, as even experts are unsure of the exact number of undocumented immigrants residing in each European country. We'll be presenting data from the World Bank website on refugees, bearing in mind that the actual figures for all irregular immigrants are even higher. Please let us know in the comments if you have any additional information about your country. Welcome to this new video from Amazing Europe. Number 10, Netherlands. The data provided by the Dutch government is outdated. The latest official figures seem to be from 2018, indicating that there were between 23,000 and 58,000 illegal immigrants in the Netherlands. Adding refugees to this number brings the total to around 220,000. In recent years, fewer and fewer illegal immigrants have been issued deportation orders, and even fewer have actually been deported. For instance, in 2019, approximately 25,500 immigrants were ordered to be deported, and 43% of them were actually repatriated. In 2022, there were 10,000 fewer deportation orders issued, but only 6% of those individuals were actually deported. During this same period, there has been an increase in the number of asylum applications accepted. As a result, more and more people have transitioned from the status of undocumented immigrant to that of political refugee, granting them the right to reside in the Netherlands due to the dire situations they faced in their countries of origin. It is estimated that tens of thousands of individuals in the Netherlands are living without valid residency documents, with 5,000 of them residing in Utrecht alone. Number 9, Austria. Austria has experienced a surge in illegal immigration over the past decade. While numbers were previously lower than in the Netherlands, they have begun to rise exponentially since 2014. There are now around 260,000 undocumented migrants in the country. In 2022, the Interior Minister warned that Austria's asylum system is on the brink of collapse. Vienna is rolling out a series of social media ads to be displayed in 8 countries, including Morocco, Tunisia, India, and Serbia. The ads feature stark warnings such as illegal migration, you will fail, you can't stay, and there's no getting through. However, these campaigns have so far shown limited effectiveness. While record numbers of people were ordered to leave Austria in 2022, only 21% were actually deported. In addition to the aforementioned figures, there are also an estimated 73,000 Ukrainian refugees seeking temporary asylum due to the war. Number 8, Sweden. Illegal immigration has also seen an exponential rise in Sweden over the last decade. The exact number of undocumented immigrants is unclear. Government officials estimate there are at least 100,000, but these figures have not been confirmed by the police. The current government has pledged to curb illegal immigration. A few months ago, it proposed cuts to social benefits for non-EU immigrants, as well as a requirement for authorities to report undocumented immigrants to the Swedish Migration Agency or the police. This proposal has met with strong opposition from education and healthcare professionals, unions, and civil society organizations. It does not appear that these proposals have become law at this time. As for political refugees, there was a peak in 2015 due to the war in Syria. In that year alone, 160,000 people sought asylum in Sweden. Between illegal immigrants and political refugees, the figure is close to 280,000 people, but these are just estimates. What is certain is that Sweden has a stricter approach to rejections and repatriations compared to other countries we have seen so far. In 2022, 66% of asylum applications were rejected, and 58% of those ordered to return to their country of origin actually did so. Number 7, Italy. Unlike Sweden, Italy has a very low repatriation rate. In 2022, it was only 10%. Italy is at the forefront of migrant reception due to its geographical position. The number of illegal immigrants is very uncertain and the repatriation rate is very low. Some estimates put the number of irregular immigrants at 500,000, down from 760,000 in 2006. Those who have been granted refugee status are around 300,000, 380,000 if you also count those who have applied. They belong to 30 different nationalities and come mainly from the Horn of Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa and the Middle East. These people are willing to do anything to reach Italy. In 10 years, over 1 million migrants have arrived in Italy, and 28,000 people have died in the Mediterranean. Of these, more than 1,100 were minors. In memory of those who did not make it, and as a welcome to those who arrived, the Gateway to Europe was erected in 2008. It is a work of art located on the island of Lampedusa. For those arriving by sea, it is the first part of Italian and European land visible, and it wants to be a sign of hope for those who are trying to escape their homeland. Number 6. Spain. Spain is also in a strategic position for disembarking immigrants. In 2023, Spain experienced a substantial surge in unauthorized migration, with a total of nearly 57,000 people entering the country, mainly through the Canary Islands. This marked an 82% increase compared to the previous year and represented the highest influx since 2018. However, Africans are not the largest group of irregular immigrants in Spain. The typical irregular immigrant in Spain is a woman around 30 years old from Colombia, Venezuela or Honduras. She entered the country on a plane from Colombia, as Colombians do not require a visa to enter the Schengen area. They are supposed to stay in Europe for a maximum of 90 days, but many decide to stay illegally. In recent years, only a small number of people have been ordered to return to their country of origin, and around 40% of them are actually repatriated. Number 5. United Kingdom. There is no consensus in the UK on the true number of illegal immigrants. Estimates range from a minimum of 594,000 people according to the Greater London Authority to a maximum of 1.2 million according to the Pew Research Centre. The number of people granted refugee status is more certain, standing at around 330,000. In 2022, over 52,000 people attempted to enter the UK illegally, nearly all crossing the Channel in small boats. This is 4 times the number in 2018. In an attempt to curb this trend, the government has passed a law that denies asylum seekers who enter the UK via irregular routes the right to claim asylum, regardless of their need for protection. There is also the issue of people overstaying their visas in the UK. According to statistics from the Home Office, in 2020, 21,000 Indian nationals did not comply with the expiration of their visas, which is the highest number compared to other nationalities. However, when considering the percentage of overstayers, other national groups had a higher rate. Number 4. Czech Republic. A Czech government official has said it is no longer taboo to state that illegal immigration to Europe is mainly organized by organized crime. The Czech Republic has reintroduced border controls with Slovakia on several occasions. Slovakia is a transit country for migrants mainly from the Middle East and Afghanistan who are trying to reach Western Europe. These migrants do not want to stay in Slovakia, having entered the European Union through Hungary from Serbia, which is not an EU member. However, the new challenge is no longer coming from the west, but from the east. Speaking of refugees, the Czech Republic has seen a surge in asylum applications from Ukrainians fleeing the war in recent years. Up to this video, the Czech Republic has taken in 310,000 Ukrainian refugees. It can be said that the Czech Republic ranks 4th in Europe for refugees, but not for illegal immigrants in general. However, just over half of Ukrainian refugees expect to stay in the country for more than 2 years, even though it is unclear how long the war will last. Considering refugees of all nationalities, the number seems to be around 430,000 people. Number 3. France. French speakers, we have recently launched our French channel. Find the link in the description. France holds the European record for deportation orders. In 2022, over 30% of all deportation orders issued in the European Union were issued in France. However, the situation is different when it comes to the number of people who were actually deported. While France remains the top country in Europe in this regard as well, in 2022, only 6% of those ordered to leave the country actually did so. As in many countries, it is impossible to know the exact number of undocumented immigrants in France. Various studies estimate that the number of undocumented workers is between 600,000 and 900,000. In 2023, a law was passed that offers undocumented workers in highly sought-after professions a facilitated pathway to obtain residency permits. In the aftermath of the law's passage, a French government minister said he expects the number of regularizations to double, with an additional 10,000 foreign workers per year. the number of people granted refugee status in France is over 600,000. This number has been increasing exponentially since 2009. Number 2, Poland. Poland is among the least flexible nations when it comes to repatriations. Here is the data from 2019 and 2022, and as you can see, the majority of those ordered to be repatriated have actually returned to their country of origin. It is known that for years Poland has opposed the European Union's policy of relocating migrants. It was hoped that the new government would change things, but for now it does not seem to be the case. However, the situation is obviously different for Ukrainian refugees. Poland is home to almost a quarter of the European Union's Ukrainian refugees. The hearts of the Polish people have opened up to the needs of these people, so much so that there are many testimonies of Poles who have opened their homes to refugees and even found them jobs. In addition to them, however, there are also people from Afghanistan, Iran, and other parts of the Middle East and Central Africa. These people are trying to enter Poland through Belarus. In an attempt to deal with this situation, it was decided to strengthen the existing barrier with Belarus. Poland claims that a massive wave of illegal migration from Belarus has been orchestrated by that country and Russia in order to destabilize Poland and the European Union. Please write in the comments what you think about this topic. The influx has been largely curbed by the metal barrier, but some illegal crossings continue. Before revealing the number 1, if you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on the notification bell so you don't miss our new videos. It costs you nothing, but it would mean a lot to us in helping us spread the word about our project. Thank you very much. Number 1, Germany. In recent years, Germany has granted asylum to an increasing number of immigrants, allowing them to remain in the country. Deportations have also been decreasing year on year. While in 2019, 53% of those ordered to leave the country actually did so, in 2022 this figure was only 18%. A recent poll found that 44% of Germans now consider illegal immigration to be the most important political issue in Germany. Following 2 electoral defeats, Chancellor Olaf Scholz is now taking a tougher stance on irregular immigration, stating that the government will now focus on deporting those who are illegally in the country. This does not mean that Germans are turning their backs on the culture of welcome that distinguished them during Merkel's chancellorship. In fact, almost 30% of Ukrainian refugees in the European Union are in Germany. As for other refugees, over 230 migrants applied for asylum in 2023. Many of them were Syrians and Afghans. It is almost impossible to estimate how many illegal immigrants there may be in Germany. Not counting refugees who have been granted asylum, some sources speak of 280,000 people. Other sources claim that there are more, even though the police say that 92,000 entered in the first 9 months of 2023 alone. If you're specifically interested in knowing how many Ukrainian refugees are currently living in your country, or if you'd like to know the top 10 European countries with the most Ukrainian refugees, please let us know in the comments. And if you'd like to see the 10 European nations with the highest rate of regular immigration, you can click on the video in the top right corner. That's all for this video. See you next time.